All right, Steven, let's do this.
All right, go ahead. You're live.
All right, everybody. This is actually the first blab of Sourcing Society. It is what is this? October 23rd, and we are kind of talking about what Sourcing Society as a group is going to be able to give you if you are not a member of Sourcing Society's Facebook group. Join it. It's a totally free group. You get access to Mike over here, which is great at sourcing wholesale and retail. And you got Steven down there. You know, he's freaking awesome at walking in the stores and walking out with shopping carts full of stuff. And I mean, he's been eBay for a long time, and now he's come over to the dark side of Amazon. And in less than a month, he's had over, $2,200 worth of sales, and it's freaking awesome. So we're really proud of him. Derek, he is the other admin in the group. Bam, 25 out of nowhere, just updating stats. We need to call him ESPN because he's updating stats like it's nothing. And then you got Derek over here. You know, Derek just kills. He's a monster with RA, and he's freaking awesome with wholesale. But he'll be on later when he gets a break. I think we got a good group of admins, and what's going to separate us as a group is we're going to kind of make sure this is a thriving community. And we want to make sure everybody gets basically as much as they can for this Q4. So, I mean, everybody, this is Sourcing Society's first blab. And, Derek, you don't suck. Whatever, man. Freaking Derek. If Derek sucks, then shit, I'm a horrible then. Derek's over killing freaking, Amazon. But anyway, Mike, let it go, man. Talk about what you plan to do for Sourcing Society and kind of how you want to help people and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, for me is I'm not too strong in retail arbitrage or online arbitrage. So what I'd like to do, I like to do wholesale. So I'm good at finding these wholesale deals, these wholesale contacts, stuff like that. And we are actually going to try and share as much with the group as far as, doing co-op buys, all sorts of stuff like that. Maybe even trying to try to get people connected together to make smaller mastermind groups within the group to help each other out just, for Q4. So
right.
I think it's worked for us. And I mean, it could work for other people. You just got to be able to find the right people in order to have that type of a tight-knit group. So, and hopefully we can help you guys find the right people so you can make that smaller mastermind group as well as, come in on these co-op buys that we're going to be doing every once in a while.
Mike, let me ask you this. I don't want to toot anybody's horn or anything, but how did you come about putting together the mastermind group that you're in? I mean, it's kind of, I know I'm a part of it, and I know other people are a part of it. But I mean, like, what made you say, okay, I want you two to be a part of my mastermind group? I mean, what set us apart from the other sellers that are out there?
I don't know. It just kind of fell in our lap, actually. We just developed a friendship super quick. Our business model was pretty much the same. So I think that's what helped out a lot. You pretty much, when you're in these groups, each person has to be strong in a different, well, they don't have to be, but it helps that each person is strong in different areas. Like you are great at online arbitrage. The other guy we have, he's great at RA. I have a lot of wholesale connections, wholesale accounts already. So that right there was an automatic, kind of, we all just fit together. So I don't know. What about you? What about you guys? What do you think?
Steven. Tell me about it, man.
What's up?
All right. So Steven comes from eBay, and in the very beginning he was kind of doubting the whole Amazon thing. I mean, is your thought still the same, man? I mean, is it kind of gearing towards something else now?
It's definitely going real well. And I haven't given up eBay. I'm still doing that. I took I think 3 weeks. I listed maybe 6 items. So, I mean, I used to be like a 20 a day type person. So that was a real big change. And, Mr. Pyle's coming in.
There he is, dude. Mr. FBA motivators himself, the leader.
But yeah, the sales, I mean, at first, you send it off and it's not that instant gratification that I think eBay can be. And I think we signed up 2 Thursdays ago and we did our first shipment, my wife and I, on Friday. And then it was waiting like a week until it hit the warehouse. And for me, that was torture. I mean, it was just, I had all this money out there and I'm like, yeah, this is going to pan out. And, Dean talked me back from the ledge a couple of times and it's just kind of taken off. It's doing, obviously I'm not big time on it like these 3 guys, but, I mean, for 2 weeks in to be at $2,500 in sales, a little under 50% ROI, but all in all, I'm real happy with where we're at and where it's going. And, I think having the multiple income streams is very important too, being on multi-platforms. And, like Mike said, we all have our strong points and I've been more the eBay guy my entire life. So Amazon's definitely something I needed to do. And just in case something on eBay doesn't pan out and it gets shut down tomorrow. So.
That's awesome, man. No, man, look at him, man. Mr. Chris Piles himself, man.
Intense.
What's up, guys? So we're
Chris,
blabbing.
Yeah, man. If y'all don't know who Chris is, Chris runs a group. It's called Amazon FBA Motivators. And I mean, without a doubt, you can learn so much from his group. I mean, I got to give the guy props. I mean, he's over 1,500 members strong, and freaking, he's got good morals, and he's got a freaking. I mean, I give the man that. He's got props, and he's not afraid to stand his ground. So, Chris, man, I appreciate it, man. You definitely leading the way for the rest of us to follow, man.
Appreciate you guys. This is kind of cool setup, man. Like, we tried this out the other night, but it's kind of cool setup. This blab.
That's cool, right? Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So how you guys doing, man? You got some shipments in the background?
Yeah, Mike's always got shipments in the background. Steven's over there just loaded. Steven's over there loaded down with freaking his thrift hauls and his stuff that's going to be boxed up over the weekend. And I mean, that's just a great thing about it. Henry asked, "What do you sell?" I mean, truth be told, what don't you sell? I mean, I think everybody here on the show basically tell you if it sells, if it's going to make you money, it'll sell. Yeah, exactly, Steven.
That's what we sell, yeah.
Why is Chris Luck constipated? Because I like cheese.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically sell whatever your phone tells you to sell. You scan it.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it says it's going to make you some money, sell it.
No, that's the great thing with it. I mean, if there's money on the table, I mean, all 4 of us will always jump on it and get there. It's funny, Steven, he's still out there doing the thrifting and everything, and we were talking about it, and he actually spoke to an employee at a thrift store, and it's a national chain. It's it's one of the Goodwills and all that. But I mean, Steven, if you don't mind sharing, what did the managers say corporate's trying to gear toward resellers right now?
They're basically trying to push us out. Me and another fellow that, he's a reseller also, we were in there and we just, I talked to the manager of this particular store often, and the prices are just going up. And I've noticed this across the board at all the Goodwills here, at least in North Florida, South Georgia. And, I was talking to her and she was basically like, and she doesn't agree with this, but, corporate's coming down and saying, look, we need to price it so that they don't come in anymore and buy our stuff. And I mean, it just kind of confused the heck out of me because it's like, I mean, before Amazon, I was going in there and, a decent day buying 30, 40, 50 shirts at one place. And your average, my mom who shops at Goodwill just because she's thrifty, she might go buy one or two shirts. Who would you rather have walk into your store? And when you're pricing things at, I mean, we're talking $25 for a Ralph Lauren polo. It's ridiculous. And I would rather go buy it new on sale at Dillard's or whatever you got near you than spend $25 at a Goodwill on some soiled Ralph Lauren shirt that you don't know what's been in it. So they are, talking about just basically trying to push us out, and they don't want our business. I mean, it's what it comes down to. So,
have you seen less inventory, Stephen?
There's less quality inventory because Goodwill has their own eBay type platform now called shopgoodwill.com. So they do have access to, certain guides and things that, a lot of us know about that, about a guy like me in the beginning too, just in recognizing different brands and stuff, not knocking anyone who wrote one, but just saying they have them and they're learning right along with us. And so your better brands, I used to go and find, a Burberry or two every week or two, I mean, it wasn't that uncommon. It ain't there anymore, at least around here. I can't speak for every Goodwill in the nation, but they know what sells now and what to kind of keep aside themselves and put online. They all have eBay people at like each individual store has people working on eBay now. So it's, another level of competition for us instead of, the four of us being in a store sourcing. Now we're sourcing against the store that's getting the product for free. And, another reason I'm glad to be on Amazon. I mean,
you were mentioning also that it's not just Goodwill, that you were at another thrift store and they were literally $1 higher on items than Amazon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been to some liquidators before and they price stuff according to Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
and I talked to that guy too. I mean, he was stocking the shelves while I'm, scanning stuff, and I just turned to him and said, "Man, you're about $1 above Amazon and everything. Is that how you price?" And he was like, "Yep, absolutely." And he had a lot of inventory, and I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's a little greedy. That one I'm less, concerned about because it's for like, I think it helps like the hospice, the people in hospice and things like that. I don't exactly know what they do, but Goodwill, I mean, anyone that knows anything about it knows it's not doing a whole lot in your community. But yeah, I mean, they're all catching on, and they're, it's just like I said before, another reason to get into FBA and retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. I mean, I see Dean doing that all the time, and I've done a little bit, and it's worked out pretty well. So,
hey, Chris, are you finding the same problems over in where you're at in Texas?
With the Goodwills are, I mean, they're hiking up the prices. A lot of Goodwills, like I like getting VHS tapes. I really love VHS tapes, and a lot of the Goodwills in Dallas have jumped the price up to 99 cents a VHS, which is just ridiculous, But I mean, they're hopping onto the game. I remember when, just a year ago, VCR players were only $5.99 at Goodwill. Now it's $15 and $20, at least at mine. So the mainly the mom and another Dallas guy, sweet Dallas. But I mean, that's why I love mom and pop type thrift shops, because I mean, most of those are actually benefiting some type of cause or foundation. So, they don't price their stuff too high. Right.
That's awesome.
Do you think
I know as far as like DVDs and stuff in our area, like Goodwill's like $3 a DVD. Like they're jumping up the price on a lot of things. I think they know what people are doing, and what can you do?
Yeah.
The books too. I mean, like around here, Books used to be, I think it was 10 for $2, which is a good deal. Now they're individually priced, and they actually look up every book before they put it on the shelf. And I think the cheapest you can get is 50 cents now.
Yeah, I think our Goodwills are 69 cents for a book, and then a lot of the hardback books are $2. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Dean, do you think that's going to happen with retail arbitrage as well?
As far as the price?
As I don't say like as far as like limiting resellers by going in and, you know, giving resellers a hard time as far as scanning and good, like how Target is like, and Kohl's dropping the hammer on resellers. You think other stores are going to follow suit?
Eventually, it's going to be an issue. Retail arbitrage, without a doubt, you know, my bread and butter. But I'll be the first to tell you that, you know, with Target coming out and Kohl's, and I mean, truth be told, Walmart doesn't care. Walmart, you can scan all day long. They don't care as long as you're freaking buying their stuff. I mean, for me, as long as I'm not actually just pulling up 5 carts of stuff, I mean, that's the thing. And I mean, I was at a Marshall's about a week ago, and I was buying a particular, you know, item, and you know, the receptionist was like, you know, hey, you know, why do you have so many different sizes? And you know, the other lady came up and says, oh, that's normal. We just had a guy walk out of here with, you know, 5 shopping carts with the same style of, you know, of items and everything. So I mean, it's eventually going to roll into it. I mean, our ROIs is going to be so unpredictable. That's why it's great to get into, you know, the wholesaling and the OA. And I mean, with OA, I mean, I've actually I got an email one time from Target, Toys R Us, and they just kicked me off the darn rewards program because of the I guess they qualified me as a reseller. So I mean, my rewards, you know, exactly. But I mean, me and Steven, we were actually we walked into a shoe store, and I mean, you're talking about maybe not even 5 minutes into the store, we probably had 4 people walk up to us, say, "What are you doing?" And they kept pointing at the sky, saying, "Our asset team's watching you and everything." And I mean, literally, we didn't even touch anything. We were just in there scanning. But I mean, I'm just gonna ride the train as long as it can. And I mean, I'm just not going. I'm gonna fly under the radar. And if I get a shopping cart full here, then I'll go back in and unload the cart and go get another one. I mean, that's the whole idea, because I don't want to ruin a good thing yet. I'm no longer using my tax ID on, you know, at Target and Kohl's because they kind of banned it, you know. And that's the thing, man. As long as I can, Mike's kind of brought me into this whole concept of the wholesale, and I mean, we kind of didn't cross paths at ASD in Vegas, but you know, it kind of opened the door to a good, you know, business relationship, and I mean, it's worked out. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm going right now. I'm buying at places like these huge wholesale clubs, and they don't care how much you buy. They don't care. That's what they're there for you to turn around. Henry thought about getting into drop shipping. I'm not a fan of it, man.
Yeah, neither am I. The only I guess I would say legitimate way for drop shipping is if you have a wholesale account and you could drop ship it straight from your own wholesaler. Yeah. So that's the only. I mean, I think we got 2 of the wholesalers that'll drop ship for us, but we don't use the drop ship model. But I mean, that's the safest way to do it. I wouldn't do the whole, you know, drop ship from like
Amazon to eBay.
Yeah, Amazon to eBay or anything like that. Yeah,
I've heard so many horror stories last year. That were selling on Amazon, and they were drop shipping items to the customer buying on Amazon, but then the wholesalers or the drop shippers dried up of inventory. So people were like, to save your account, you need to really go buy it that same item on Amazon and ship it to that person. Yeah, you're going to lose money, but you're going to keep your account health still in good shape. I mean, I can't run the risk in that. Basically, I mean, every item that I got in my inventory in the FBA warehouse is in there. And if it's not in there, then I'm not selling it. I mean, that's just the way it is for me, you know. I mean, Patrick's saying he got burned on drop shipping during the holiday season because the prices wouldn't change overnight and inventory was gone the next day, man. You're subject to it. You know, that's the downfall. And I mean, yeah, Derek's over here talking about he'll pass on it. No, I mean, what my question is basically, Mike, what are you looking for quarter four? Because this is our time of year. This is the time of year that every Amazon seller comes over, wants to make whatever they can. I mean, are you prepared for quarter four? Are you when do you want quarter four to get? What do you want to get from quarter four?
Well, I want to get money from quarter four. Is what
You too? I think all of us want to get money. Man.
No. Pretty much what I am doing is I'm trying to pretty much just stockpile. I don't want to say stockpile. Get as much inventory in as possible. That's my main goal. At least before Black Friday. So that's the main goal. So that's why I am doing a lot of wholesale from now until then, because that can give you as much more inventory than going out and doing retail arbitrage, going out scanning a whole store or whatever. I mean, that works, and but it takes forever, and it's not for me. I hate doing it. I hate retail arbitrage. You got people like Derek and Dean, and that don't mind doing it, and they like it. For me, I think it's a waste of time. I'd rather sit at home and do my wholesale sourcing, and then from there get the account or wholesale source from already accounts that I have, put in my order, and then do it that way. You can get more inventory in doing it that way than just going out and doing retail arbitrage or online arbitrage or stuff like that. But
so you basically want to go 100% wholesale.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much. I would say 90% wholesale, 10% retail arbitrage. Because I'm still going to go out during quarter four just to keep keep throwing stuff in there into the warehouses.
I got you. Derek says you're lazy. So there you go.
Oh, man.
Steven, how about you, man? What do you want for quarter four?
I'm trying to get a car.
There it is.
I already got a car. I want a newer car.
Very good.
But just trying to keep it going. I'd like to come out of it, I'd like to end December at like 15, 20K in total sales. That'd be cool. Keep my eBay right where it's at. If it grows, that's awesome too. But, just trying to maintain eBay and just get Amazon rolling into the right foot for the first quarter.
How's your eBay sales been going?
Man, in the years that I've been on there, I don't think I've ever gone more than 2 days without a sale. And I think that was only one time. I went 6 days with no sales right in a row. And that was a bummer. Today I have 4. So rebounded a little bit. But still want more. I got all that crap behind me to list. So I'll be up late.
That's a beautiful shirt you have behind you, by the way.
That's American right there, boy.
That's ugly. Anyway, all right, Chris, what you think about Q4, man?
I mean, this is my first actual Q4 that I've actually know what I'm doing with FBA. So I'm just excited to see what the results are of this Q4, so I know pushing forward what to expect, and also shipping in as much as possible. Like Mike said, just trying to stock it up before Black Friday, get as much in there as possible. I do a lot of thrifting, but right now I'm trying to find a lot of new items that I can ship in so that I can sell by then. And just see what happens. That's what I'm most excited about.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
So I mean,
What
so
drove you?
all my questions will be answered, because I'm always asking, how is Q4? How is Q4? I'm just kind of excited to see actually how Q4 is.
Let me ask you, Chris. What actually got you started in Amazon?
Well, we were selling on eBay, and I was trying to find another outlet of selling because we were selling. We got started with $10. We went to Big Lots and we found some T-shirts that were on clearance, and we put them on eBay, and within 3 days they sold, and so that was kind of exciting. So I was like, well, let's see what else we can put on. But we were at that limit where we could only put 10 items on, And so I was like, well, what else could I find? What other website can I find that I can sell? So I looked at Amazon. And so we merchant fulfilled all the way up until about October last year. And I knew nothing about FBA until November and started shipping a little bit. And I mean, that's just what got me excited the most is that I could ship my stuff in and be done with it. And, so January 1st, me and my wife, we said, look, we're going to pedal to the metal, see what we can do, how much we can get sold this year. I was hoping to match what I make at my day job with FBA as far as sales go. I haven't met that, but I'm close to 20K this year, which I never thought would happen.
Nice,
So
man.
that's basically what got me into it. And now I just love treasure hunting. I love sending in stuff and seeing what things could sell for. And I mean, I want it to be full time, but at the same time, it's like an awesome hobby too.
That's it, man. So let me ask you this: do you still get excited when you scan something and you see something that's got freaking great rank, great ROI?
Oh yeah.
You're like, man, I can.
Oh yeah, like we were the other night. Me and my daughter, we were at Walmart, and I show Mike these toys, but I found some Jake of the Neverland pirate toys, and they had them marked down to $1 a piece, and they had like 40 of them on the shelf. So it's like $40. Okay, took all of them, and now they're selling like at least one every hour. I'm seeing almost, and
Nice, man.
That was exciting. Buying it for $1 and it had like a $6 profit, and getting 40 of them. That's exciting. I'm still smiling about it, talking about it.
And you're selling them every day, aren't you, Chris?
Yep.
You're selling.
I'm not killing it. I'm trying. One day.
I found a product today and I was all stoked on it. I was like, holy crap, dude. But it was good.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. And, my wife, she likes doing retail arbitrage. She likes walking around the store and stuff. Me, I like going straight to the clearance. I like going to thrift shops. I like seeing what I can find that is at a discount and see how much you can make from it. But, this business, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Only wrong way to do this business is not ship anything in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome, man. No, you'll have a great Q4, man. I mean,
I'm hoping, man.
It's going to be every year. Q4 with Amazon keeps growing, man. I mean, you just think about the Q4, 10 years ago compared to what it was last year. I mean, just a spike in, customers and everything. And now Amazon's actually, I know last year they were giving away Prime for free during the holidays for people to try. And as a seller, that's great because then you're talking about if you got the buy box and you got, your products running. So that's all these, I think last year was like 10 million people signed up for Amazon Prime and I'll be shocked if Amazon doesn't do that again because of the big, spurt and everything. So, I mean, we wish you luck and I know you're going to do awesome with it, man. And
I mean that's the kind of things I'm excited about to see, my first real Q4. And I mean, I think anybody who's watching this in the chat or, going to watch the replay of this, I mean, I think they're all expecting the same thing. They want to see how this Q4 is going to go and what to expect. and hopefully it'll boost your business in whatever way you want it to.
All right, we got a question. Basically, someone asked, "How are you building a stockpile?" I can't keep anything in stock. You're awesome. If you can't keep nothing in stock,
What?
you got a freaking you got a great product.
Yeah,
Let us know what you're selling.
Yeah.
Mike got that little. He was like, "Let me see what you're selling." You know, hey, Arlene. Arlene's freaking. Yeah, Arlene's selling everything. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, she's got the feet to the street, and without it, I mean, she knows her stuff. But going deep. I mean, I've with Q4, I've started taking more risk. And Arlene, if you're winging it, I'd be shocked. You're doing awesome. But going deep is something that once Q4 started, I started going more in it. You have to take risks during Q4. It will pay off. If you have to run a sale every now and then when it gets closer to Christmas, that's what you're going to have to do. Don't afraid to, like during Q1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. I'm probably sending in 5 items. That's how deep I'm going. But my items are selling quick, But I mean, for me, I'm talking 10 to 15 items on good ranking items. Okay, I mean, Mike, what do you consider something a good rank right now this time of year?
Well, I'm actually.
What are you hearing other people are saying?
I'm doing that. I'm starting to do a little bit opposite of what people are doing. A lot of people are going for the 1% and 3% items. Well, I'm actually doing a lot now of the 5 and 10%. So there's less competition up there when you go at that high rank during Q4. So you don't have to worry about prices tanking as much, stuff like that. So I'm kind of going the opposite of what everyone else is doing. So it's actually working. I got that information from a $1 million seller, and that's their whole game plan during Q4 is to go up in the rank a little bit instead of the 1 to 3%. Because when you got the 1 to 3%, that's where you have the hobby sellers there, and they're just tanking the price because they don't know how to price on Amazon. They are thinking just because they're the lowest price, they think they're going to get the buy box, all that stuff, when that's not the truth. So when you go up to the higher ranks, there's less competition up that high, and because no one really looks at 5 and 10% toy items or whatever. So that's my game. That's what I've been doing since Q4 started. And slower moving items. So we're building our SKUs up. We're trying to build up as many slower moving items, so we can constantly have a rotation of the slower moving items. They're just having the 1 and 3% and worrying about the price tanking all the time. So and having fast turns, we're doing slower moving items, but more of them. So it's not really, really can't tell that they're slower moving since you have so many SKUs. Everything still keeps selling. Does that make sense? I don't know if I explained it right, but
we got it, man. Yeah, man. Nick's over here. He's killing it with a private label. He says he's
Dean, I was going to ask you guys, man, what do you think about groceries during Christmas time? Is that something people should focus on too, or just toys and electronics? And
everybody's got to eat during the holidays, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
Now's the time.
I mean, but should that be something to focus on, or
I would focus on it. I wouldn't put all my focus on it, but I would. Food is another big thing for the holidays. You got Thanksgiving, you got, what is it, Christmas,
Hanukkah.
Yeah, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all sorts of stuff.
Kwanzaa.
I don't know. So it's
I know. Last Christmas, puzzles were huge, man. I bought a bunch of little dollar puzzles, and they sold like crazy during Christmas time. But I was thinking about the groceries too. 'Cause some of that's selling for me again. I shipped in about a month ago. I shipped in probably $300 worth of groceries, and I'm just about all out of all of that shipment. But I was wondering if I should stick to trying to find the new toys and stuff like that, or just trying to spend my disbursement wisely, I guess.
I love grocery, man. I love grocery just because it's always going to be the replenishment that you can send in, and you can walk into the store, you can create bundles. I mean, I've seen you shown me some of your bundles, Chris, and I mean they're freaking awesome. And I mean it's whatever. I mean, I'm not creating listings. I'm just jumping on listings that are already there, and I mean they're selling for a reason, man. And
Yeah.
one thing to think about grocery now is with Amazon opening up, like I forget how many cities it is that have same day service. I mean, food's going to be something that they're always going to be sending in. And I mean, if, you're at your office and everything, as long as you order by 12, you can have dinner sitting there at the house and everything in a box. And
I mean, I was thinking about that because the weather's about to start getting cold up north. People are gonna get snowed in, and they're gonna have to get food somewhere.
that's it, man. That's it. I mean, grocery stores, they're not going out of business no time soon, and Amazon's not going to do it either. So instead of you having a 8,000 square foot grocery store, you home in on some good ranking items like you already doing. And I mean, you can kind of gear it toward the holidays, where it being, something to do with Christmas, whether it be whatever. And now's the time to go ahead and send it in, because you would be shocked if you started scanning in something that's relative to Thanksgiving or to Christmas. I looked at something the other day that was for Christmas, and the rank was already 10,000 in grocery. And I mean, here we are. We haven't even gone through, Halloween yet. So I mean, the options are there. People aren't thinking about it, but you do the search, and there's probably already a million people on Amazon looking for something in Christmas and Thanksgiving as we speak.
True. Yeah.
A good way of sourcing for grocery is Walmart has this online grocery list thing where you can do. It's not available in all cities, but you pretty much do a virtual grocery shopping on Walmart, and then that way you can do all your sourcing or research on your computer, and then you just add it to your grocery cart and then pick it up in the store the next day.
That's awesome.
So I think it's a new thing. It's called, I have a link here. I could post it in the chat. It's like grocery.walmart. You have to type in your zip code to see if it's available in your area. But here, I'll post it in the chat right there. So, yeah, that's something that you might be, if you're into grocery, you might want to try. It's not available in my area, so I can't do it. But yeah,
y'all just got an internet connection like last month?
Yeah, pretty much, right?
For us either, Dean.
That's it, man. I figured Jacksonville, Dallas is probably on there.
Now, what about those?
We have like 6 of them within a couple miles.
What's he?
Those restaurant depots, I'm talking about? Like,
we have one of those in Dallas.
Probably got everything.
Of course you do.
It's a big city.
Yeah.
Too bad you guys only got a pro football team, but
that's true. Hey, I'm not a Cowboys fan, so that's fine. Yeah. Any other Dallas team, I'm all about. But
sorry, we don't either. But
yeah, Jaguars aren't no better.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, because right near where we worked, they got a restaurant depot, and I just always thought, I don't know how they operate. If there's, big discounts, are they selling in bulk like your BJ?
There's a lot of restaurants in downtown Dallas because I used to DJ at one, and that's where they would go and get all of the, all the food. They would go to the restaurant depot, and I mean, they'd be pulling in truckloads of food, but I mean, that's where they bought every single thing that they got.
Yeah, Arlene's saying by her they're overpriced.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Arlene, we're going there next week. Not a problem. Steven, we've been talking about doing it, so we'll take the retail license from Cartridge World. They're gonna ask us why in the world are we gonna want restaurant stuff in Cartridge World. Steven,
We're trying to eat.
A lot of Red Bull.
A lot of Red Bull, man. You're gonna have to figure it out. You know, I mean, I was in Orlando the past week, and I was talking to a couple, and they were selling used coffee makers, and Steven mentioned the profit that could be in these things, and he was like, you know, Dean, you could sell these things for $200-300, and I mean, I know, you know, you find a great deal on them things. It's just crazy of the opportunities that are out there right now.
Because they had like the industrial one, the restaurant ones, right?
That's it, man. That's it. And you start maybe thinking of the Restaurant Depot. We have a client that we supply toner with that actually goes and buys auctioned off equipment from these restaurants when they close, because as you know, restaurants are closing all year round. They can't survive. Well, that equipment's got to go somewhere. So, you know, that's something to think on, is if you can find these companies that are basically liquidating the wholesale equipment. And this couple, I mean, they're saying all they're doing is running some vinegar through it and cleaning the sides up. And I mean, either Amazon or FBA. And you know, somebody asked them, they were like, so are you worried about somebody scamming you and, you know, taking the equipment? And their answer to them was, we got $5 in the thing. I mean, if we're getting hosed on it, we got hosed for $5. But the next one sells for $400. It's, you know, keeps on rhythm. So that's something to think on. And I mean, just the opportunity that could be out there and everything. But I mean, you know, that's the great thing about it. And but what's up? What?
I love coffee makers, man. I don't find the industrial ones ever, but
Really?
rigs and things like that are fun.
Derek's like, what the hell? You know? Derek's over there just, you know, burning the midnight oil at work. And then next week, all we'll hear is how he's buying out the entire company of Myers.
Woo.
And, you know, I mean, he's an animal with it, man. He kills it out there. So you got to give the man respect.
Man, you just shouted out his little honey hole, man. He's gonna be pissed.
No,
Now everyone's gonna be jumping on Meyer.
I've never seen one. So I mean, you know,
are you guys gonna be doing these shows weekly or what?
we were talking about it and everything. I know that last week we were planning on doing it, but we had a mix up more on my part than anything. And this week right here, you know, we were real glad that you came on, Chris, because, you know,
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, anyone watching, man, these are genuine resellers, man. This ain't fake stuff, man. And that's why I just gotta give you guys props for that. And even people in the chat, you know, Derek, you guys are all genuine people, you know. Not trying to scam or give false information. You guys are dead on, man. You guys are honest, good people. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'll be more glad to say that, you know, I'm following your model, man. I mean, you know,
yeah, I mean, you got to help people out, man. So
yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of groups out there and stuff that if you want to try to get into selling, you know, Amazon, eBay, and all that, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. And honestly, that's not what we're about. We want to give as much information as possible. That's free, because when I first started, man, I would ask for information and they would either yell at me or, oh, you're so stupid, or, you know, yeah, I'll charge you, you know, $50 for, you know, a 1 day course or whatever. It's just, it's kind of ridiculous. So,
what's going on in the
what's going on in the chat, dude?
Come on, man. He's in homes.
Derek is
Yeah,
not
I
happy
just-
because he's not on the screen. Chris took his spot, you know. So
Yeah, I know he talking about my poster. That's just, sometimes you get fed up, And there's a lot of good people who want to do this business, and I just hate seeing people being taken advantage of, And that's why I love the Sourcing Society. I love Amazon FBA motivators. We're genuine people, and I mean, you guys don't have to be doing this blab right now. We don't have to be doing our Motivation Monday shows, but we do it because we want to share our experience, and
That's it.
not charge you to watch the video.
no, man,
Yeah.
that's it, man. It's every day is not guaranteed to be awesome sales,
Yeah.
but you don't have to worry about it because as long as you're talking about it and asking people for help, there's a lot of people out there that are willing to help, and I mean that's the great thing about it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone out there has any questions, they can contact any of us in the FBA Motivators or in Sourcing Society. We'll be more than happy to help you guys out. We're not gurus, we're not geniuses. We still all have a lot to learn as well.
Yeah,
So,
not blasting anybody, but these are the only two groups on Facebook that are genuine.
Yeah, I was called a
Yeah.
genius one time by a nephew, but that's just because I turned off Frozen. But I mean, yeah. But you were talking about weekly shows, Chris. We actually lined up next week with Catherine Shelton.
Sweet.
She's actually going to come on.
She's
and,
good.
Yeah, and one of the things I asked her to talk about was her adult coloring book, and I mean.
That's big, man. That's getting big.
That's big, man. I mean, she's teaching a course on it, and I've been reading over it and all that, and it opens your eyes. I mean, and I mean, I think 2 or 3 people that took her course is either in Barnes and Nobles right now, or I think like 10 of them. Amazon is actually the ones that are selling the freaking books now. And
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
awesome.
I mean,
See, that's stuff to teach a class on or to have a course on. That's something.
There you go.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that coloring book?
Yeah, my wife. She got it a while back.
oh, that's the adult coloring book. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's like called Secret Garden or something. And they're like crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
No,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
cool.
I understand the whole private label thing and stuff. Yeah.
You haven't colored. Yeah. This was a waste of money.
But I mean, you kind of think of it as, as on the seller side with an adult coloring book. I mean, that is probably the cheapest way for you to get into private labeling. And I mean, Chris is an enthusiast when it comes to guitars. So if Chris just had a book with nothing but freaking guitars, and on the back of it just told the story of a guitar, I mean, nobody could copy that book because it's to them. How much does it cost to print? The where she guides you to, it's about $1 per book to actually print, and it's just something to think on. I mean, yeah, the person that's selling on Barnes and Noble right now, they're gearing it toward Halloween because it's that time of year. But that's telling them to go think something in Christmas and then Valentine's Day and then on down the line. But I mean, we're gonna have her on next week, and I don't mind trying out a program. If I don't think it's good, I'm not gonna bring it to the table because I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's something to have a course on. Not
Yeah, man.
this is how you scan an item and this is how you put it on Amazon.
Catherine is some good peoples, man. She's
good. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's good.
That's something that people should listen to. That's
Yeah.
good. Like you said, that's good people, and they do the whole what Isaac is into the Shopify and all. I mean, that's stuff that you need to take courses to learn how to do. I would love to learn how to do that stuff.
No worries, Chris. We're gonna teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that's kind of where we're gearing this, and I mean, we're hoping to, get the word out a little bit about us with, these Friday night shows and everything. And Mike was the one that thought of the blab, so I got to give him, what is these, the props? I guess these things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's give Mike some props.
he's leading the props right now by over 1,000 right now. Mike and Steven are over there in the low 300s. You got to give the man props on that. But it's been a great thing for us. Just kind of think on and earlier, we wanted to make this an hour show, but we got about 6 minutes left. But I just want to thank Chris again for hopping on here. And like he mentioned earlier, he's got a weekly show on Monday night, and I mean he's always got a great panel, and it's strictly Amazon, FBA. We're helping you. We're here, and if you have any issues, we're going to help you where we can. And
yeah, we need Steven on the show next time.
That's it, man. Steven, this is Steven's first time actually using the camera. I mean,
I've never had a webcam.
Hey Dean, how's Cordelia's course?
Cordelia's course, okay. Cordelia came up with a group or a course that was on product launching. All right. I've already gone and done the first week of the product launch class or the boot camp. It's 5 weeks long, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that woman knows her stuff. There's no doubt in my mind. After the first class, I'm like looking around of ways to bundle stuff that that you could turn around and you can put out there. I mean, it makes you think of if I can get this Scotty peeler here and I can apply it with this Scotty peeler and I can have the only listing on it. And I mean, she posted some items in her group or in the group today, and she launched 2 listings, I think, beginning of this month, and with 0 product ads, her rank's like 23,000 in grocery. So I mean, she just knows how to actually list the products. So I mean, as far as the week 1, I'm pleased with it, and I'll know again on Monday. So there you go, Derek. That's Derek just laid down to it. Hand lotion and an eye patch. I mean, that's what they do in Michigan. Is it good for private labeling? Also, it is, because you think about I got 2 private label items, and the biggest you got two areas of private labeling. You have sourcing the item, and then you have the product listing. So you can get the item all day long, but if you got a horrible listing, Mike will tell you there's plenty of horrible listings out there on Amazon that if they were wrote correctly or the pictures were right, then they would be selling more. She's kind of gearing you toward that. So I mean, I'm excited with it. I'll let you know more next week, and because I'm the Monday night class. She's got a Monday night class and a Wednesday night class, and she knows her stuff. I mean, it came up to a tie between her and Catherine's bundle class, but I figured because I'm already doing Catherine's color book thing, I didn't want to be biased, so I was like, okay, let me try Cordelia because I know Cordelia can produce results. So then question, and anybody knows product exactly.
You just do them yourself.
Yeah.
You can get like those little white photo boxes for like $30, and I think any cell phone camera and any smartphone now is probably good enough for quality photo.
Yeah, Arlene, what I'll do is I'll find the software. I'll know this week right here that she's using to actually make the product a little bit better. So I'll be more than glad to share that. I want professional ones.
Yeah, well, you could actually use Photo Fuse to whiten out the whole background for Amazon. So Photo Fuse actually does a great job. Just make sure you take your picture on a white, like a lighter color background. So if you use Photo Fuse, it'll take out the whole background, and then you can use, I think it's Pixel or something like that, to sharpen the image.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good. I mean, that's what I've done.
Yeah, but if you want a professional one, Arlene, I mean, truth be told, you can almost take the picture and send it in to. There's a lot of people out there that's willing to do it, either on Fiverr or freelancer or Odesk or was it Upwork now? I mean that are willing to help out. Fiverr does suck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean you can use Upwork. I've done Upwork. Where's my kid in the background? Hey, get away.
Mike just got kids just popping up out of nowhere.
I know, right?
You ain't my kid.
Yeah, first on, she was ready to go somewhere.
Yeah. Anyways, Upwork. No, Upwork works really well. I've used Upwork quite a few times. Not for pictures though, but for other things, product sourcing, stuff like that. But
I got you. Well, y'all, we got 1 more minute left. Anything y'all want to say to everybody?
Nope.
Mike?
no. See you next week.
See you next week. Chris, I hate to say it again, but appreciate you coming on here, man.
Yeah, I just want to say once again, I mean, this is a cool show, and I hope people keep watching it every week, because even if I'm not on this, I'd love to watch it every week. You guys, like I said, are genuine people. These are good people that can help everyone learn how to sell on Amazon, and just if I have to say anything to everyone, just keep scanning. Keep scanning and sourcing and find stuff.
How did you go down on props, Steven? You were like at 490. Did somebody take one of your props?
Incorrect.
They got more props than me, so
That's awful, man. That's awful. All right, everybody. We appreciate everybody watching.
Scanning and sending and winging it. I like it. Wing it.
That's it. Arlene's got it on point, y'all. All right, everybody. We appreciate everybody coming on tonight, and y'all come back next week. Steven's got the little anger right there. Y'all inside out. That's awesome. The little picture there for Chris. Awesome. And it looks like Derek's giving ups to Mike's beard. All right, everybody. We appreciate it. Mike, you're the host, so you're going to have to end this thing.
All right, we'll talk to you. Oh, hey, one more thing. Make sure you guys check out the Amazon Motivator Show on Mondays. What time does it start, Chris?
That's usually 8 or 8:30. Just depends on what time I can get home.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't in those Facebook groups, FBA Amazon FBA Motivators, and Sourcing Society. So, all right, guys, we will talk to you guys next week. I'm going to continue, but we are off. We are no longer recording.